It's all staged. It's staged.
How can you have a chick that's 5'6" block the bullet of someone that's like 6'3"? So now everyone.
I know, it looked like a daughter just hugging dad.
And then how come all shooters look like that?
Most of everybody on this side of the room was able to commit to the emergency
JK.
Emergency JK, emergency JK, emergency JK.
It was a good stream. It was really fun.
Alright.
Thank you.
Was it another country Bartholomew?
I wish I could. But I couldn't.
And
Bart was playing basketball.
Cute. Alright. But that being said, that was the time we were so quick, we were so responsive because we are a live action news team.
Nick was busy choking men.
Yeah,
I was actually at dinner.
That's huge.
And it was at medieval times, dude.
No.
Hey, medieval times is sick.
Hey, I like medieval
It
times.
was
I
nice.
love medieval times.
Wait, you didn't like it? Why?
I like it. I'm trash though.
What was wrong? What was wrong with it?
I was raised trash. Yeah.
You're supposed to throw the food. You didn't even like it.
They didn't even throw the food. You're not even supposed to throw the food.
You didn't even like it ironically?
A little bit. A little bit.
You didn't yell at the knights?
They were making these fucking horses dance, and these fucking horses looked like they wanted to kill themselves.
Oh, that's why, huh?
That's what I like about it.
No, but it's like I don't want to see horses dancing. I want to see people.
Jousting.
Speak for yourself, dude. Don't take away horse dancing for the rest of
But
us.
it was like 75% of the show.
Did you see the guy with the fucking mace and whacking the dude in the head?
That was cool.
That shit's crazy.
That was cool. Like the fight.
Sparks flying at
Yeah,
the
yeah,
sword.
that was cool. That was cool.
So they got a little carried away with the horse dancing.
The horses were too long, brother. And then when you go to the bathroom, you just see the horses like staring at you because there's a see-through glass, and they're just in the stable and they're just staring at you, and they look like they hate themselves.
Yeah, they do. Well, they do.
And you're like, this is kind of funny, but
Don't ruin it.
I don't know, man.
Maybe the horses should have a better.
I would have been on the. I wanted to be on the live stream with you guys so I can contribute nothing.
Yeah, that would have been sick.
You would have been the funniest one.
Except for
though.
bits. Yeah, you do bits.
Alright. Well, at that time, we were so quick, we were so responsive.
Yep.
It was probably like 3 seconds after it happened.
Yeah, it was
we were
literally-
faster than the Secret Service.
Exactly.
But that also meant that there wasn't a
He
lot
wrote that down.
of...
He wrote it down.
That was Nick wrote it for me as my teleprompter. There wasn't a lot of information that had been developed at that time, so we're gonna chat about it again.
Okay.
See our new and developed and understandings and thoughts about the situation. And there's even new visualizations that show how close the Donald was from losing his life in the assassination attempt. You guys seen that fucking like?
Yeah. Crazy. So close.
That's crazy.
It was like a little.
Yeah, him looking at the chart and then like
You know, a lot of people are saying it wasn't a bullet and it was just glass. They're like, there's no way because if it was a bullet, then the fucking supersonic sounds around it would have destroyed his skull.
They don't understand caliber. Yeah, exactly. That's the best part. Well, it's always fucking liberals who don't know how to shoot guns who always talk about caliber. Like, remember the ones who were talking about how if you use an AR-15, it's a war gun. The way it spins the bullet, it's such a huge trajectory. It's like shooting a can through someone's chest. Dude, it's a little beep, little pinprick.
AR-15s considered small arms.
It is.
See that you can see it.
It's like the fucking. It's the size. The bullet's the size of this.
That's it. It's just a little dot. Probably when we see Trump's scar or whatever it'll end up being, like it'll be a little dot.
You see all the people wearing the bandage on their ear with the RNC?
That looked kind of funny, actually.
What if Trump's ear looks like he's a punk rocker with a gauge? That you know how like sometimes when they get older they remove it and then there's like it's all dangly. Yeah. What if it's like that?
I wonder if he'll remove it ever, or if he'll just keep the bandage. I assume he will.
Maybe.
There's a small hole in it. It's kind of tight.
I don't know.
A lot has came out, and I think they're actually doing an official investigation now on negligence or what happened.
They said they really fucked up.
Yeah, they really fucked up.
The funny thing is that like when compared to like the people that are like it's all staged, it's staged. It's like either whether it's staged or not, the failure of the Secret Service is still true.
Yeah, for sure.
Like either way.
How does the guy up there? They had eyes on him. What was it? An hour before?
They ID'd him as saying like this guy's kind of a threat because they said he went on stage with a rangefinder or something.
What?
Well, no, they said he was on the ground level with the rangefinder. Yeah.
And they were ID'ing him like this guy's a little sus. Keep your eye on him. And then
Well, there's a text from the local police department telling the Secret Service an hour before.
Yeah.
Also, there's
hour,
confirmation, of a couple of people that were there on their phones recording it 26 minutes before, telling the law enforcement. I don't know if this part is true, but apparently there was a cop that went up, confronted him, got a rifle pointed at him, and he ran back down.
They said the official story was it was 2 cops. They couldn't get up to the roof, so they tried to push him up.
yeah.
The guy popped his head up and then saw the shooter look at the cop with the gun, and then he fell 8 feet. And then they're on the radio trying to say like there's a shooter on top of the
To the emergency channel.
Yeah.
But there was an internal channel, so we don't know why Secret Service didn't respond to it.
How true is it that the guy that everyone says he had him in his sight?
The counter sniper.
Yeah, is that true?
I heard that because of the sloped roof and because of where the trees
see him,
were, they
right?
couldn't see him.
So he didn't have the guy in the sight for 3 minutes.
I read the counter sniper actually had he phoned in 3 minutes prior to the shot. Hey, there's a threat, and he was like, but it's like at that point it's all about rules of engagement. So head of Secret Service is like, you can't take that shot. Yeah. So it wasn't. That's why it was
I didn't hear that.
immediately after Thomas Crook's shot, he was able to return fire because he's been having sights on him.
Even then, if with rules of engagement, you can't take that shot. Isn't it like, I won't take the shot, but get him off the stage type stuff? You know what I
Correct,
mean?
Yeah, exactly.
But that's why everyone's like, this is fish.
So if someone's confirmed to be pointing a gun at the president, you can't take the.
That's total bullshit. I didn't hear about that. I don't think that's.
Well, that's the one I'm talking about. Is that how true is that?
I don't think that's real.
And did the sniper actually have him in his sight for 3 minutes?
I don't know because the newest information, and we don't know how true that is even yet because nobody's been deposed.
Okay.
Nobody's been sat down under oath and asked this shit. So we're just.
Dude, they interviewed the Secret Service. What do you call it? The lady, the one. Yeah, the director. She wasn't gonna step down or nothing. I was like, what?
The slope
fuck?
roof thing was an insane thing to say. Like, I don't know why she said that. Because the counter snipers were on a slope roof, too. Like,
As more experts or people that are former Secret Service and people that do a security detail, because none of us know. We're all talking in hypotheticals, right? But as they say how bad it was blundered, it paints a better picture. Like, one big one I thought was there was no drone coverage.
yeah, it's weird.
Because I'm like, if that's a standard procedure, why didn't they do it?
They also were saying that like because Donald Trump is a very polarizing figure, and I think someone from Iran was trying to kill him or something like that. They were saying all these reports.
They said that Iran was threatening his life.
yeah,
in
so,
weeks
like,
prior.
so it's a high security threat already, and their security detail didn't really match that.
Well, and apparently they swapped out a bunch of Trump's usual Secret Service guys for a Jill Biden event that was local, right? The First Lady, and then they had a bunch of local cops and noob Secret Service agents who weren't used to being on Trump's detail.
Dang.
Was it all those girls?
Melissa McCarthy is one of them. Yeah.
Melissa McCarthy.
Dude, that photo is pretty funny.
Melissa
man.
McCarthy.
Where she's ducking behind him.
Dude, that shit was crazy.
That is
her trying to
pretty
holster
wild.
the gun.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Dude. Did those girls just join? Or like, what's going on?
You see the video of Melissa McCarthy also at the hospital? Because there's a shot of Trump pulling up to the hospital, and there's people taking video through the window, and Melissa McCarthy's there, and she doesn't know what to do with her hands, so she is reaching for her gun, and then she ends up getting it, and she's just kind of looking like confused. It's pretty wild.
It's crazy that her first and last name is just out there.
Yeah, it's Melissa McCarthy. Yeah.
They don't know her identity, right?
No.
It's Melissa McCarthy.
Fucking wedding bride. I mean, bridesmaids. Yeah.
That's so good.
Did you guys listen to Tim Kennedy talk about it?
Some of his stuff.
So he went on his podcast and he was just kind of giving the context of like
with,
what
Chris
it's
Williamson?
Yeah, he's like what it's like to be on a security detail for a president, like
Because he
the
worked
standard-
Obama detail, right?
Yeah, and he said he did Biden's too, and he was saying like the standard protocol of a sniper and a counter sniper, and they were saying that like they're supposed to check all the other buildings from left to right and number them so everyone's on
Same page.
the same page of like building 3 has an active shooter, everybody, all your resources go there. But I think a lot of the story was that for that building coverage was supposed to be local PD, and the local PD told the FBI, the Secret Service, like, we don't have enough manpower for this, and they were like, okay, and then that was it. So there should have been people on that roof, but they just didn't follow through with it.
But then of all the roofs that Secret Service specifically isn't taking care of, it's like
That's the craziest part.
It's the one
The
that
best
has
vantage
the
point.
best vantage
That's
point
insane.
and a ladder.
150 yards away, yeah.
There's just
Crazy.
a ladder to get up there.
And so apparently too, another thing is that there was supposed to be someone there but they didn't show up. That's the.
What do you mean? There was supposed
It was supposed to be someone
like a Secret Service
stationed
person?
on the roof.
So he called in sick that day.
So there was another report I read that it was.
He must be Gen Z.
It was supposed to be local PD, but it was too hot, so they just went inside the building. That's another report I read. I don't know how true that is, but it's just like you get all these different story points.
It's a crazy shitstorm, though.
I wonder, like, I mean, for so many things that had to perfectly go wrong
They all did.
for this to happen.
Yeah.
And then when people question it, they're like, "Oh, it's conspiracy." And I'm all like, "Nah," but it's so negligent to the point where it's like, even if it's not a conspiracy, like, there's a lot of answering because because people fucked up in so many ways.
And you'd think that's the first thing. Look, if you want to stop conspiracy talk, tell everybody exactly what happened.
Yeah.
And just be out there in the open, answer every question.
Right.
Instead, the Secret Service director, she goes and talks to 3 senators on the phone. She talks to 3 senators on a conference call instead of talking to everybody who wanted to talk to her.
Yeah. Well, there's that interview she did though.
She's a known though. She's a known.
Not
Well,
that,
she
like,
did that interview.
I
didn't watch the whole thing, but-
It's so weird that like just because like suddenly everyone has faith in the system that like they couldn't have fucked up this bad just to prove their point is crazy to me.
Well, that's the unfortunate part of this is the political lines that it is on, where people go like, "No way, Secret Service rocks," and they killed it. It's like, yeah,
But they fucked up.
right.
I don't like how if because it was Trump, it's like divisive.
Right, yeah.
Because in general, this is like America, whether you're right or left.
Right.
And the Secret Service is supposed to protect our candidates and
Yeah, it
former
doesn't
presidents.
Right.
And I'm like, but how did they fuck up so bad? It's supposed to be the best.
Yeah, the fact that our commander-in-chief can get compromised is the flaw. Doesn't matter who it is.
Yeah. That's the thing. That's the thing. Because what about Biden's detail now? Right? What about anybody? Like, what about?
What about now? Now RFK Jr. has
Exactly.
a detail.
Well, apparently, the sitting president always has the best. So that's why the
Yeah.
resources were always pulled to him and his family priority, right? And then former presidents, they don't get the same amount of protection. So they still get it till like lifelong. Like Obama still has it, Clinton still has it, but then it's not at even close to what the sitting president gets.
What's dope is at the next event though, he had no chicks. Did you see that when he was walking down the hallway? Every dude was like 6'3". Everyone is his height, so because you gotta block the bullet, right? How can you have a chick that's 5'6" block the bullet of someone that's like 6'3"? So now everyone.
I know it looked like a daughter just hugging dad.
Somebody was saying like they're like, how is a lady gonna move a 300 pound guy off the stage? And I was like, damn, Trump's 300.
He's 300
pounds?
He's a big dude,
You
dude.
guys outed him.
He's 6'4", dude.
He's 6'4" and he's that big.
And you know what was crazy
big
though? It was
motherfucker.
all the news outlets, like how they reported it right after it happened. So like my wife, right when I got home from the gym, she was like, "Did you see what happened with Trump? He
Your Republican
fell."
wife.
Yeah, he was.
Yeah.
Like, he fell
Or
off
the speech accident.
Yeah,
I'm
or
what
like
the fuck?
CNN said escorted off stage after he fell.
loud bang noise scared Trump. That was one of them. So you're like, oh shit.
Yeah, they called it an incident, right?
Yeah, when it's like, dude, motherfucker got shot at.
Like, why didn't they
anything-
just write
anything
assassination
to hide, bro.
attempt?
And we knew instantly what the fuck it was because it was clearly gunshots. It was as clear as day, as clear as a exactly.
Like, why would they even write it that way?
dude,
Pretty crazy.
because they hate him.
Very polarized.
They hate the guy.
So obvious.
It's so crazy.
It's like, hey, let's make fun of him like how Joe Biden falls off the stairs.
Right.
But what about the shooter being a registered Republican?
Well, then now we know. He's a crazy Republican who wanted to kill Trump.
I still think it's stronger that he tried to kill Trump.
Yeah, I don't give a fuck. Yeah, exactly.
They were saying that they looked up his like internet search history, and he was like checking Joe Biden's like touring dates. He was checking Donald Trump's. So they think that he was just trying to kill anybody.
But yeah, but what is like the thing is, just because he's a registered Republican, that doesn't. Like,
But he would want to kill Joe Biden because he's a registered Republican. Yeah.
Well, what's weird is he donated to a lot of
yeah, doing like $15 or some shit to,
Yeah,
to
to
DNC. Yeah.
And then how come all shooters look like that? You know what I mean? Like there's a shooter look.
Yeah.
There's a shooter look. There's a pedal
incel
look.
look?
Yeah, they're just like, what the fuck? Why do they?
scale target
Why do they always look like that?
It's never a handsome guy.
And what was with the?
It's always an
well,
androgynous.
handsome
looking
guys got
dude.
it easy. You know what I mean?
Huh?
What? Anyways, What's up with the explosives in the car thing?
Oh, the one
Did they
that
confirm
found?
that?
He had like a detonator. With
He had a
him
transponder.
in his pocket.
And then
yeah.
they found explosives in his car.
They said he was looking at being manic depressive too. So they were like, okay, this guy is just the typical school shooter.
Did anybody mention like what the target for the explosions might have been?
I don't think there's any info on that.
They said he wrote something on Steam too, like a couple days beforehand, where he said July 13th will be my day. My premiere.
My premiere.
Did you see he was in like a
He's a
BlackRock
nut,
commercial?
Yeah, dude, that was a trip.
And then BlackRock took it down.
Yep.
So
He
weird.
also wrote on Steam that he thought the Mass Effect trilogy sucked.
Too much talking.
He wrote that the Assassin's Creed protagonist should be more Japanese.
So there's a picture of him floating now too, dressed in drag.
Oh.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
He's got like a little choker and
Yes,
shit.
he-
Yeah.
Hey, we've all been in dresses.
He's a registered Republican.
I know,
Definitely.
right?
By the way, where he's registered is and this I don't know this is what happened, but it's it's one of those closed primary states. So like remember when Bernie was running and it's like, hey, like register Democrat or register if you're independent, register Democrat so you could vote for me in the primary, like shit like that. Like
I like how the people are using that like it's a gotcha moment. It's like I don't give a shit.
I
Like,
don't give a fuck.
No
Well,
one
if I was
cares.
him, what I would do is I would register as a Republican so I could enter Republican
That's the
events.
first thought people had. Like
You can get into a Republican event if you're not a registered Republican.
But it would look cool. It would look cool.
It would look cool. It would look
it
healthy.
would look cool.
It would look
You
cool.
gotta think about the optics.
street cred.
Imagine if that's all it took to be exonerated from shooting the president. Oh, he's a Republican. It's fine. Yeah.
Well, remember when Liz Cheney was running and she was like, hey, everybody, if you're a Democrat, go register. It was like a campaign. They spent millions of dollars on it. Like, go register Republican so you can vote for me in the closed primary. Like, that's a thing.
And people were like, Trump was a Democrat for like 40 years.
Yeah, that's good.
He was registered Dem.
I mean, it is.
Hillary was a Republican.
Doesn't really matter, dude. Don't shoot the president. Who gives a shit?
It doesn't matter.
That picture though is fucking iconic.
Or just the reflex to have been shot at and then think to do that. It's pretty impressive.
Let me get my shoes.
I don't know if I would do. Yeah, I'd be like, oh fuck.
Yeah, for
oh,
real.
shit.
I would have ran. Get me out of here.
Most people would be in fucking shock.
For real.
You know,
I would have ran
one
to
of
the car.
You know, one of the conspiracies that people are saying is like they're all paid actors because no one ran after the shots happened.
Dude, everyone's suddenly a professional on everything.
Like half the time, people are just looking like, what?
Yeah, people don't even know what's happening.
I'm just like, why can't people accept the fact that the reality of most shit is not as impressive as, as your imagination?
How about being shocked and scared? And most people probably couldn't move.
They don't watch enough
all-
Faces of Death or Lively. I'm
all
like,
about the
real
FBI
shit
director
doesn't look
assistant.
that good.
And it happens quick too, right?
How come
Like-
no one knows parkour and fucking jumped off the sides?
yeah.
You know,
but when I watched-
people were talking about the chick who like is in the back with the hat who's filming the FBI director's
Oh, yeah, I saw
assistant.
that. That's such bullshit.
That's a funny one to
That's
go
a
down.
stupid one because you can take anything online and take a picture of like, oh, here's the assistant FBI director, and then take a chick in sunglasses who looks similar to her and go, that's the same person, and a bunch of fucking idiots online will go, yep, that's the same person.
Oh yeah, dude. People look at photos of the freaking 1920s. A guy looks like he has a phone. They think he's a time traveler.
Dude, yeah.
He is a time traveler.
They got a picture of a guy who looks like Nicolas Cage from the 1800s. They go, he's a vampire.
And Keanu Reeves.
And Keanu.
but it's so fun.
Oh,
The
it's not
lowest common
genetic.
denominator.
It's not genetics, and culturally, people probably share similar genetics.
And also, what happens? Like the thing with when people tell me like, oh, it's all like a staged event. I'm like, are you gonna make it your life's purpose to like investigate that then, or are you just gonna look at the same info we all get at the surface, not get any insider scoops, and just maintain that for the rest of your life?
And the answer is yes, they will. Because it's way more fun.
It's more fun.
Have you guys seen any?
it's just imagining shit.
Have you guys seen any conspiracy theories that you're like, that's kind of fun?
It's just dumb to be conclusive. It's just
all
dumb to be
pretty fun.
conclusive at this point. That's
Yeah.
the thing that I'm like, why would you conclude your case now? We don't even have any. No one has a deposition yet.
They shot Trump with a BB, and then they shot that other guy with a real gun.
They shot glass at him. I haven't heard that one. That was pretty interesting.
Oh yeah, he loaded it. BB, real bullet. BB, real bullet.
Damn, what a sick gun, dude.
Have you seen the water tower one?
Water Tower 1,
What's that one?
I thought it was weak.
They said that there's a second shooter, and I'm all like, well, they must suck because the second shooter didn't fucking do it.
Fucking exactly.
Neither the first shooter, bro.
I know, just wait. Well, that's the thing. Drawing conclusion, or knowing, right? Acting like you know.
But they're just making shit up. There's no evidence. They're just like, there was a piece of glass that went through his ear.
You know why though?
The
Because it's good
teleprompter's intact.
content, guys.
Yeah.
We're making
The
content.
teleprompters were not shattered, by the way.
Yeah, it's also never going to be conclusive the same way JFK is not. People are still talking about that. People are still talking about fucking John Wilkes Booth, Abraham Lincoln shit. Like
That was fake, though.
But
That was
JFK, it's the same thing,
Inside
right?
job, inside
Just
job.
tell everybody everything, right? Or else people are going to assume that you're not that you're lying to them for.
and they reseal the documents. Yeah.
Which
And now we know that
was the
that's
CIA.
probably what happened.
And you think Trump's gonna make that picture of him like this, getting covered up, covered in blood? Do you think that he's gonna make that his like ex profile picture?
no, it's gonna be this one.
His LinkedIn.
His LinkedIn. Like,
During his speech about it at the RNC, it was that photo of him.
yeah.
But also, like, you don't think that Trump ever imagined that? I'm sure he did. I'm sure he imagined that if he got shot at, he would use that fucking chance to do something.
Dude, that's the hardest picture I've ever seen.
That's pretty fucking bad.
But that is kind of crazy that like going back to that again, like if you got shot and you're just fucking amped
If
up,
you did something so like outlandish that people believe that it's staged because of that, it's pretty badass.
Like the two most American pictures I feel like is the famous Iwo Jima one, where they were lifting up the flag.
And then me being sad because it's Japanese.
Joe's like, ah. Those two I feel like are like probably the two most iconic.
I have respect for anyone, Democrat or Republican or Independent or Xi Jinping. If he got shot and went like this, that's pretty fucking crazy.
It is
That's pretty nuts.
Bro, I'll be like, let's go.
Same.
Biden would probably not stop his speech. Biden would just be like, pew!
You know, is there a bee?
he's swatting his ear. There's fucking flies.
Come on, man.
Come on, man.
You miss me, Jack.
I think every president would do something pretty sick.